time for information reports. Mr. Craig?
We have a lot of things going on in our system right now. There's a lot of opportunities to attend various events. But from an athletic standpoint, I just wanted to kind of update you. Our Hoover High School boys and girls were both ended up state champions. Hoover boys soccer finished over the weekend in soccer. The Spain Park girls took the state championship. The Hoover High School boys and the Spain Park boys and girls are both currently in high school battling for the state golf championship. And our Hoover girls softball will be playing this weekend for the state championship. So we've got a lot of flurry of spring sports coming to a close here. A lot of them are coming to close in our favor. So if you have the opportunity, get out and cheer those folks on. I know it's impossible to get to even a fraction of them because a lot of them happen simultaneously, but a lot of successes going on in that place.
There's that one unsanctioned sport where people did not brook and
That's right.
across.
That's right. We did lacrosse won the state championship as well, and that event was all weekend, Saturday and Sunday, Spain Park High School. So we conclude that one too.
It was almost a Hoover Spain Park championship. Spain Park beat Brook on Friday night. So Spain Park's playing some great lacrosse.
And also, Mr. Johnson has provided me curriculum updates. So I'm going to talk a little bit about those. I will have those for your review between now and the next board meeting. What we'd like to do is for you to have the opportunity over the course of the remainder of the month to review those. It's several binders, but you're welcome to take a look at those at your convenience.
It's math, health and physical education, as well as miscellaneous subjects that ask for specific revisions this year to come together. So it really represents the work across this whole year for specific curriculum changes to go into effect next year. So we'll update them on the web as well, but this is the hard copy form that we keep in each school.
Outside of aligning curriculum changes with the state course of study, are there other dynamics that go into this, that address student achievement in certain areas?
They do. When teachers find new resources they want to incorporate into the instruction and maybe replace one unit with another based on relevance, that's particularly true in career areas. But the state cycle is a 6 to 7 year review cycle. So by the time that comes around, there usually are significant changes. And we know math is heading for another big change with the National Common Core Standards coming on the line. But this represents where the state is now. And one reason for not adopting math textbooks this year is because we know that's going to go through another realignment with the Common Core Standards probably within the next 2 years. So we'll stay on top of those kind of changes.
Things like the realignment of the biology course and when it's taken and all that kind of thing. Some of that I think is really important. It'd be great to have a bullet list for everybody to see because you guys are doing some great things tracking this and making sure that not only does it align with the state course of study, but it aligns with kids' needs to take certain courses at a certain time in order to achieve certain goals while in high school. So
Thank you.
that would help us all understand some good work that's being done.
Anything else, Mr. Craig?
That's it.
Okay, new business. Does anybody on the board have anything?
Not really necessarily business, but just information, talking about athletics. I believe Hoover High School is going to play its spring football game against Fairhope. Is that right? On Saturday, May 22nd at 2 o'clock at the Hoover High School Stadium. That'll be a great outing.
If I can, so we're going to honor all of our academic and athletic state championships at halftime. That should be a great event for all of us.
That would be Idaho.
Any other new business? If not, it's time for election of board officers. In accordance with past practice of the board for election of officers, I will ask Superintendent Craig to call for nominations for the office of president and to handle the vote to elect the president.
Nominations are now in order for the office of president. Ask
I'd
for
like to-
nominations.
Yes, I would like to nominate, Mr. Bolt for president.
Mr. Bolt is nominated. Are there any further nominations for the office of president? There being no further nominations, I will call for the vote. Those in favor of Mr. Bolt serving as president of the board say yes.
Yes.
Those opposed, yeses have it. Mr. Bolt, as president, you have the duty to call nominations for vice president.
Thank you. The floor is now open for nominations for vice president of the Hoover City School Board.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Beach as vice president for the school board.
Mr. Beach. Are there any other nominations for vice president? If not, I ask all who are in favor of election of Mr. Beach as vice president of Hoover City School Board, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? You're elected, Mr. Beach. And we've always historically had Mr. Craig has served as the secretary of the board. Would there be a motion to continue that practice for the coming year as well? Motion's made. Seconded. Any discussion by the board? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Mr. Craig. Thank you for continuing to serve as secretary of the board. The next board meeting coming up is a call meeting on May 24th, a Monday, and it's at 8 a.m. The next regular board meeting will be Thursday, June the 10th at 5:30 p.m., both here in the board offices. Is there anything else that needs to come before the board at this time? Mr. Sweeney?
Mr. Bolt, because of your extensive experience on this board, you know what you're undertaking with the additional responsibilities as being president. But by way of emphasizing what a burden that is, I'd like for the record to show how much we appreciate the leadership that Donna Frazier has provided this last year through really major, significant happenings for the board, financially, personnel, and otherwise. And through her manner in dealing with those issues and dealing with the rest of the board members, she has managed for the board to, I think, have as much unanimity, civility, and cooperation as I've ever seen on this board. And I'd like for the record to show how much we appreciate Ms. Frazier's leadership.
No one has ever worked harder or spent more time in that job than you did.
Thank you.
And we do very much appreciate all that you've done.
It's an honor to serve this community. I'm looking forward to 5 more years.
If there's nothing further, we'll be adjourned.